Exactly. I agree, anomaly analysis. That's the anomaly. I'm my own anomaly.
Pilot, are you there?
Wait a minute.
Oh, he's spiraling down. He's going to need your help.
Mayday, mayday.
All right.
Pilot to tower, pilot to tower. This is SI-851ND requesting to land. We're descending to 25,000 feet. We need some assistance.
2,000 miles, so.
The Internet. It truly is a place where the oddities of the world come together and manifest for all curious eyes to gaze upon the train wreck of their nature. What was once the concept of a man or a woman alone with their thoughts within the privacy of their little habitat tucked away in the corner of the world is now pretty much the same, but with a camera pointed at them and the ability to voice their bizarre thoughts and lifestyle for anyone to hear. Countless numbers of these people and things have been witnessed and archived extensively throughout time, and with each passing day, a new subject comes out of the woodworks to grab the attention of curious folk. This will serve as a way to introduce a plethora of these subjects that I've come across over the past 20 years of my time spent on the internet. Unlike past videos, I won't go over many specific details of the lives and history of these subjects, as there will be many here to cover. This is more so a way to introduce subjects and bring light to them, and mention some key details, while the rest remains up to the viewers as to who or what catches their interest enough to personally do a deep dive on. I will try to include a number of strange things I've found or have been recommended to cover, ranging from people and other peculiar things that have helped make the internet a more charming and intriguing place to browse throughout its existence. This is a collection of internet oddities. The first of the people here is someone that is not like the typical anomaly that I cover. The anomaly lies within the creativity of this individual, rather than the odd behavior and lifestyle that other subjects would exhibit to viewers online. Michael Epler, more popularly known as Pilot Red Sun, is a man somewhere around the age of 26 or 27. Some of his first known works posted online were to his Pilot Red Sun channel, created on June 24th, 2010. On this channel, there are a handful of fever dream animations that go back nearly 10 years. The art style, music, sound effects, and overall production of these animations would give off an atmosphere that is unique and unlike anything that was to be found on the website at this time.
You don't have the new state-of-the-art biodiesel they've been rolling out?
Too new for our pumps. You gotta go to the city for that.
That's a problem. The LED lights up when my fuel is low. Neat tech, isn't it? Too bad it's no good if I can't get the hydrocarbons I'm looking for.
Not so state-of-the-art then, is it?
Can I get one of those southern cuts?
They were like something out of an early 2000s Newgrounds shitpost, but with peculiar love and care taken heavily into consideration during their creation. His most popular upload, Garfield, would reach over 12 million views as of 2021, and would be the video that many people would first become familiar with Pilot Red Sun's work.
Garfield plays cat.
I hate Anagram clocks. I'm that hungry, I want some lasagna.
You're eating us out of house and home.
Garden field.
Enough with the chit chat, let's get some grub going.
Where are the 3 cheese pizzas?
I ate just food.
Where are the taco shells?
I ate just food.
Where did all the hamburger helper go? You're such a bad kitty, that's it. I had it with you, that does it. I'm done, that's the last straw, Raphael.
Apart from this, there are 27 other videos posted on this channel that all portray nightmarish short stories that are ambiguous in their nature. The majority of these videos all contain music created specifically by Pilot Red Sun, many of which are available on his album titled Achievement. On the Tumblr page of Pilot Red Sun, there are a handful of posts where he answers questions of anonymous users. Here, we can get a lot of information regarding some details in his life and his inspirations, such as the mention of a music video of the Finnish band FM 2000, which served as a motivator to create bizarre animations in a similar style to that present in the video. He also goes into detail about some of the creative background of Garfield. One thing he mentions in particular would sum up the purpose behind the distorted style. Quote, "When an animation contains an error, it distracts the viewer. Thus, when an animation is composed of errors, it mesmerizes the viewer." End quote. This type of aesthetic has ultimately been achieved, and in turn, has amassed a niche following of people that highly appreciate the oddities of his labor. Apart from the Pilot Red Sun animations, Michael also contributed his talent to multiple short films listed on IMDb, where he composed, wrote, or acted for various different projects, such as the 2015 short film titled The Bigfoot. The life of Pilot Red Sun is mostly shrouded in mystery. Apart from an upload or two per year on his main channel, as well as musical tracks posted on different music websites, the man keeps low, and his rare, unexpected posts are always met with admiration from his loyal viewers.
Logan, who defines crazy? If someone creates a crisis in someone's life, they could look crazy. If where do you think all of our energy is going right now? Who is actually putting the energy? Where is it going? Who's directing the energy? Who's directing the streams? Who's directing the beams? If you know what I mean. Exactly, I agree, anomaly analysis. That's the anomaly. I'm my own anomaly with the oxymoron phenomenally. And however I want to stutter it, it just sounds, it's like the goo goo gaga with the baby and the davy dabby. You know, it could be some kind of crabby too at times. Who knows?
Next is somebody who fits the criteria of a classic anomaly. He's strange. He often does not make sense. He is Ronald J. Legarski of California. From LinkedIn, Ronald's About Me section states that he's a trusted telecommunications and IT advisor, and not much more is elaborated upon. Plenty of strange posts exist on this website where he speaks in some sort of code. The symbols and text is strung together in what appears to be complete nonsense, unless there is something I'm entirely missing. The real peculiar qualities are displayed in countless videos he's posted online, many of which he will delete, and thus, trying to put together any sort of compilation of material to go off of to further understand him would be impossible. The videos that do currently still exist do not quite give off any clear information. He has a handful of live streams where he'll often talk in rhymes and nonsense, and more questions come along rather than answers.
There's just a lot of domains to make. That's why NDA, is an anagram for DNA. Yeah, the deoxyribonucleases and deoxyribonucleic and deoxyribonucleotide, all those reside. And, it's all those. Why are the letters, why does it take that many syllables to explain a certain scientific terminology of all this different etymology? Why does it take all that stuff? There's got to be a reason.
He has dozens of accounts with a single letter or word as the name. And these accounts, you will find a video where he just says the letter or word of the account it falls under.
ANOMALY.
From my understanding, Ronald is trying to make some sort of machine learning AI, and these accounts are a means of keeping a database of different spoken things. He will sometimes make short videos where he replies to a conversation he has with a specific person, and this is often where the rhymes trigger.
I'm guilty of being not guilty and guilty at the same time. It's a true perplexing paradox that requires the utmost reconciliation of the vibrational frequencies of algorithmic tendencies through different technological efficiencies that are deficient in proficiencies. And it takes some scientific and prolific philosophical observation of subjective deduction that has to do with induction, production, conduction.
A lot of wordplay and the concept of opposites come about in these videos. Things like, why is there a record button but not a pre-record? What comes up must come down. Futurism and passeism.
And don't even ask me why it's YouTube Red and there's a red button for record. What is that? Anyways, why isn't it a pre-cord? Why is it record? What do we keep going over like a rewind and recording accordingly and affordingly, reportingly, like a journal with the eternal nocturnal light to the day, to the right, to the left, to the center, and whatever is going to happen, it's already going on. And coming from Ron and Ronald and Joseph Legarski with the sky, me oh my with the JR, the RJ, with this way and that way and the other way and always giving these words that are absurd with sir, yes sir, yes ma'am, whatever it is with the I can and the Americans and the Mexican and whatever can, then open up the can. And what are these worms and wormholes and this groundhog that sees its shadow and this Punxsutawney Phil with the Philadelphia here and some kind of Pennsylvania there with the PA and the AP and the API.
Live streams exist that range anywhere from 1 hour to 10 hours. The majority of these consist of nothing but background bleeps and bloops from Ronald's equipment as he goes about with life in silence. Occasionally, a discussion is sparked if an audience is present, but nothing sensible can be learned from these conversations. It causes Ronald to speak in more rhyme and code. In conclusion, getting a grasp on trying to understand Ronald is damn near impossible for me, and this is just one of many anomalies that I can't quite understand. I figured he'd be suitable for a topic included in this video, where there's something interesting present, but it's unable to be spoken about in detail. And who knows, This may be the case for a good portion of the upcoming subjects.
Yo, Beat.
Oh, look at this piece of shit.
What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
I like your jersey, man.
You like my jersey, you piece of shit?
Yeah.
Lester Green, also known as Beetlejuice, is a person who didn't quite start off as an interesting internet figure, but was definitely made more popular by its own popularity. He was born with dwarfism and microcephaly and reached a height of 4 foot 3 inches, or 130 centimeters, by the time he became an adult. Beetlejuice was discovered at first by a man named Sean Rooney, who hired Beetle into his dwarf-tossing company and gave him the nickname due to his resemblance of a small-headed character from the Beetlejuice movie. Beat made his debut on the Howard Stern Show back on July 14th, 1999, where Stern quickly took a liking to his unique life and presence, and described him as a once-in-a-lifetime guest. He's introduced alongside Sean Rooney and another man with dwarfism.
Wow. Well, who's the big tall guy?
He's the manager, probably.
Here come the midgets.
And they're wearing white.
Well, the manager guy, I've seen you down here before, haven't I?
Before,
tossing my brother around.
Yeah, you were tossing dwarves. What is your story? You like a guy who just hangs around with midgets?
Yeah.
No kidding. How you doing, guys? All right.
During the following handful of years, Beat would make a plethora of appearances as a guest on Stern's show, and he'd be asked to do a variety of things, such as take an IQ test.
Our first question comes from Martin W., and he asks, do you think it was inevitable that the Industrial Revolution would result in vast global unemployment?
I think it is, yeah.
Why do you think that?
Because people play basketball because that's their life.
That's what they prefer to do, is play basketball.
Right, right.
Were they playing it in the Industrial Revolution a lot?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Okay. So would we stop playing basketball in order to fix the economy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so maybe just chill out on the basketball.
Probably chill out on basketball.
Probably chill out on basketball. That makes sense.
Boxing matches with other individuals of similar size. Partake in trivia competitions with a man by the name of Gary the Retard.
Here we go. Beetlejuice, you're first. And here is your question. Spell red.
What? L-S-T-E-R.
All right. Is that your final answer?
My final answer.
All right. I think that's close enough, but
No.
all right. Okay. The judges are saying that's not exactly right. I'm going to go to Gary. Spell red.
R-E-D.
That is one right.
That is correct.
You got it
Gary
right.
has one.
You spell red.
L-E-T-E-R.
All right, that's wrong. Gary, you go. Spell red.
R-E-D.
That's correct. Spell red.
Spell red?
Yeah.
L-A-E-T-E-R-D.
Close, but not right. Go ahead, Gary.
R-E-D.
That is correct. You have 3 now. All right, he's doing good. All right, Beetlejuice, let's go.
And be asked to take over as air traffic control as he watched several aerial shots of aircraft flying around in different locations.
I don't know how good you are at this. Have you ever landed a plane?
A few years back.
All right,
yeah.
listen to me. I don't know if you can see the TV screen up there. There's a guy in a plane right now. He's on with us. You see that plane?
Uh-huh.
All right. I know you've done some air traffic control. I'm going to get the pilot on. He's having trouble landing. Would you talk him through it?
Oh, yeah, cool.
Okay.
Of course.
There have been moments on the show where Beetlejuice displays moments of depression, once shortly after the death of Sean Rooney in 2009, and a few other times when all of the attention and poking fun at him got to be too much. Despite this, he would still be fucked with, even during these episodes of depression.
Something happened this morning, Beetle, on the way in, or last night?
Yeah, I don't care what it is. I don't care.
Is it my sunglasses?
I'll
They're
tell you what.
depressing me.
I like your sunglasses.
They're depressing me.
All right. I'm not going to keep Beetle here. I don't think he wants to be here today. Did someone force you to come down here?
No.
No?
But you don't want to stay.
Y'all can do what you want.
Well, I'm not a beat. I'm not going to keep you here if it's torture, but I would. Is someone here with you? I don't want to let you out of here alone. Seriously.
He's got 2 guys with him.
He does?
Yeah.
Let me talk to the guys.
Beat's popularity has been fairly consistent throughout the past 20 years. In 2016, when he posted a photo of himself on Instagram eating while sitting down and glaring at something out of the frame, it would become a greatly popular meme template used to this day. During the early 2000s, Beat makes appearances in several forms of media, from lending his voice to the video game True Crime New York City.
Go on your own. Seek will help. Seek knows this place.
And appearing in Scary Movie 2 and Bubble Boy.
What the fuck?
Beetlejuice in the house. This is your brains on drugs. Oh shit, son.
As well as a television appearance on WCW Nitro in 2000. Beat still posts regularly on Instagram to this day, and has his own website with a variety of different merch up for sale. He also has a channel on this website called Beetle Pimp Official, where many videos from the past and present are available to watch. He seems to be doing well these days, and I can only hope that this continues for a long time.
Hi, I'm still coloring, and look! Whoa, whoa. It's gotten more. I have a tree over here, and this is going to be a volcano that goes kaboom!
Blonde Boy is a man named Ryan from Toronto, Ontario, who is heavily immersed within the adult baby diaper lovers community, which is a sexual community revolving around diaper fetishes, or paraphilic infantilism. His first video on this website was uploaded 8 years ago, where he is seen playing with a Cheshire Cat plushie while watching Alice in Wonderland. There are plenty of videos here where many displays of the fetish can be witnessed, such as him playing in the bathtub.
It's bath time, and that means that you can't have a bath without toys, because toys make it the bestest. So, we get the toys and we go, toys! Now the bath is millions better.
Playing with toys.
And now, it's Lego time. That's the most fun part.
Or celebrating during holiday events.
Hello, we are all in our Christmas outfits because Santa's gonna come soon. And so we want to wish you a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious Christmas. And everyone got all Christmassy. Ralph got Christmassy because they have Christmas in Australia, but they call it Chrissy.
Despite wanting to live the life of a toddler, it gets odd to see that character break a little bit, where he uploads videos of himself playing the piano rather well, or going out to explore different countries. He also has a Tumblr and Twitter page where he posts in such a way where he comes off as an optimistic, enthusiastic child, and will post photos of himself partaking in different activities with a caption to go along with it. I suppose that the bizarre world of fetishes does not really come off as peculiar to me anymore. There's a fetish for almost anything you could think of, and nothing comes as a surprise to me. I guess what more so caught my attention about this individual was the ambiguous hospital visits he had since the first day of 2020. I don't believe that anything was mentioned by either him or his viewers, the latter of which would be supportive in his recovery, despite not knowing what ails him. On his last hospital video, titled Diaper Boy Update on Day 45 in the Hospital, the description states, quote, "I've now been in the hospital for 45 days, and things are starting to improve. I'm getting more mobility, and pain levels are starting to go down a little." End quote. Here, you can catch a rare glimpse of the man behind the camera in the window's reflection, and moments of Blonde Boy walking around with crutches, claiming that he has to learn how to walk again, just like a baby. The description also states that he has a long road to recovery ahead of him. While in the hospital, he is surrounded by a bunch of toys, specifically a plushie he values the most that goes by the name of Barkley.
Good morning. Hey, sleepyhead, it's a beautiful day outside. And it's time to get up.
He gets out of the hospital and makes a few more videos showcasing the childlike things he partakes in. His last video was posted on December 7th, 2020, and his only presence online seems to be on Twitter and Tumblr, when he made a few posts back in June of this year. It's unknown as to what's currently going on in his life, but a fragment of curiosity remains regarding the long hospital visits. There's nothing else out of the ordinary that stuck out to me besides this.
Do it. Just do it. Just do it and get it over with. Are you white?
What are you doing, whore?
No.
This subject is one that I wish not to dwell on for too long, considering that he is a controversial figure by this website's standards, and I believe some bullshit censorship will come into play if I attempt to find and show any of his many videos that are no longer able to be found on here. Paul Miller, or Gypsy Crusader, is a former mixed martial artist from New York that competed in a handful of Muay Thai fights from 2008 to 2018. This is the earliest form of gypsy that we can see on the internet, but his life in more recent years would take a drastically different turn, and his focus would shift from fighting to politics. Gypsy was an independent journalist at one point. He would visit protests or rallies and cover anything going on during these events. Gypsy had no affiliation with any sort of news network, big or small, and this independent approach served as a way to sharpen a journalist's lifestyle and approach a specific story that caught his interest in any way he wanted to. He had a conservative standpoint at the beginning, although nothing that leaned too far into the radical territory yet. He would visit the buildings of any sort of media company that would go against the right-wing ideals, such as the ban of certain individuals from Facebook who held a certain stance, or CNN for putting out faulty news. Through the next few years, Gypsy's stances on politics would become more extreme, and he'd appear on various parts of the internet to voice these opinions. He'd often use the word nigger when talking to people on the chat site, Omegle, and would debate anyone who leaned liberal. He'd add a comedic twist by posing as characters from the Batman universe, such as the Joker or the Riddler.
Oh, you sound like you might be a little bit racist.
Me? I'm the Riddler. I'm not racist. I'm not here to solve the mother of all riddles. Riddle me this before you go. I am loud and obnoxious. I like music that rhymes. I'm a fraction of the population, but commit half the crimes. Who am I? The
white as fuck.
Dude, all the Italians are like good-looking people. What happened to you?
I don't know.
What the fuck, man? Jesus Christ. You're sure you're Italian?
Yeah.
You're like a Jew. He was a Jew! He was a Jew! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Gypsy has had a few incidents with the feds in his life. He was charged in January of 2018 with illegally possessing a gun. In May of the same year, the FBI would show up at his parents' house in an attempt to contact him. He supposedly made some anti-protest statements and proposed an open carry rally. No further action was taken once they deemed him not a threat, but in March of 2021, he was arrested due to the illegal firearm charge from 2018 and could face up to 30 years of prison time if convicted. I'm unsure of the current status of this event in his life, but it seems to be an ongoing thing.
There's this Beaverton bar, and it's kind of funny because it's Beaverton, our hometown. Each time we go in there, the female bartender asks us for our ID multiple times. Because Phoenixes go in there a lot, huh? Just getting prayed to with a crescent behind you of Americans, an American crescent. Yeah, happens a lot, right?
Francis G. Johnson, or G. Johns, is a person that I have only recently been recommended to cover. From what I gathered up after some brief research, is that he's some sort of lifestyle coach based out of Portland, Oregon. His title card at the end of some videos, or as text images from his website, would say, "How to be clean, a curriculum for American males aged 6 to 65. Marketing this sort of brand for someone as young as 6 years old seems odd to me, but there's a whole abundance of strangeness to take in from this individual. His videos throughout the years are bizarre in their own way. Many of them will contain in the title, "Hit the HD in the lower right." G. Johns is stern on letting the audience know that these videos are available in high definition. The videos contain peculiar scenes within them, such as G. Johns shooting at monstrous CGI creatures with a laser gun, or a Hyundai robot fighting a dragon. Some of the earliest videos would be interviews he'd conduct with random girls. These would often be quite odd in how they progressed, and would take some peculiar turns.
Right, hello, in Portland, Oregon, and we're with Genevieve Perry. Hi, Genevieve.
Hello.
Very happy that you had enough time to sit down and talk with us. Can you tell us your hometown real quick?
Originally from San Francisco.
Okay, until what grade?
Until I was about 5 or 6.
Oh, so, and then...
So I was born there.
Oh, is that your phone?
That's my phone. I think I might have to get this.
Okay, let's check that phone.
Okay.
Busy.
Hold on. This friend, hey, I'm kind of busy. Hey, what kind of wine are you drinking, my girl?
Hey, where do you guys know each other from?
We went to high school together. He's dancing.
What are you doing?
I think I'm darker than you.
No way. No, that's an optical illusion.
You gotta be way darker than you.
That's not true.
His website, gjohns.com, is put together in a strange way. Starting from home and going to the FAQ section, this only tells you to email him for questions regarding shipping in Spanish, English, and Russian. The About section has 5 drop-down tabs titled Clean, and all but the last one shows off merch, while the last one says the aforementioned How to be Clean, a curriculum for males aged 6 to 65 for $40 US. The remaining sections all have daily infograph drop-down tabs that have some interesting messages present within each. If people are so proud of their vacation, then why are they so happy to get home? conflicting interests. Anybody else have overly vivid dreams at night? Wondering if it's my caffeine abuse. Scared straight. Ever been approached by a 6-year-old kid selling items on the street professionally? Grinding. At the end of the day, every rule and law was made by a man that has enough spare gumption left over from not getting laid to create sanctions. From end zone dances to currency exchange, groups of like-minded and like-physiqued males gather, initially to agree on which groups aged 16 to 35 are getting laid. Subversive as hell, but completely understood. Attempted curtailing. People often question whether he's genuine or some sort of dedicated troll character. I am unsure what to think of him, but plenty of discussions about him can be found online, where people gather in an attempt to understand him.
Now I lay me down to rest. I choose the pillow that I like best. I hope you had a good day just like me. And when you close your eyes, I hope you get good sleep. Tomorrow will come and I'll have another show. Those of you that don't like it, you can just go. Because I don't want to hear your mouth or listen to your crap. I spoke my mind with the subject, and that is that. For those of you that are supportive and cheer me on with a guiding light, I wish every one of you a very good night. Good night, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Loreen Armstrong is a man made popular first by the show To Catch a Predator with Chris Hansen. In this episode, he meets with a decoy posing as a 13-year-old girl.
Would you like to see it up close so you can get a better look at it?
Oh my gosh. I guess, if you want to show me.
He falls in love with her after speaking with her over text for just under 1 week. At this time, he was 37 years old. Chris Hansen speaks with him and exposes all the dirty things that he's guilty of in this scenario. The event fell on the day of October 18th, 2007, which was also his birthday.
So what are you up to tonight?
Not a whole lot.
Well, I'll tell you, for the last several days you've been up to a lot. You're a pretty prolific chatter there. You want to explain yourself?
Not really. I never really was going to do anything.
You weren't really going to do anything?
No.
So you brought condoms. What else did you bring?
I brought her a bracelet.
And she is how old?
She's supposed to be 13.
And how old are you?
37.
A whole bunch of pictures. Now, why would you think that's appropriate?
It's not.
It's not. You tell her to delete her archives.
I didn't want her to get in trouble by her parents.
Sheriff's on down! Get down!
Loreen is arrested and sentenced to 7 years in prison, but is suspended after 5 and put on life probation. In 2016, he creates a YouTube channel in an attempt to turn his life around into something more positive. He'd create various guitar, workout, and other vlog-type videos in 2017. This, however, was not met with positive interaction from the viewers, and they would consistently bring up his predatory actions from the past in the comment section. Many times occur when Loreen would bring up the subject of these comments and attempt to defend himself. Ultimately, after a few months, Loreen would give up on the channel. He posted his final video on May 4th, 2017, titled Important Message. He wrestles around with the idea of quitting or continuing on with being trolled.
I guess that's it. I really don't know what else to say. You know, if you guys want me around, help me. If you want me around and continue trying to be a better person, throw me a bone here. And I hope your minds are off sexual crap. Because I'm talking, help me out a little bit and support me. away from the NBC crap. Because I'm doing everything I can to do what I can to make everybody on here happy.
He also experienced a period of being catfished by a girl who went by the name of Ramona. She also had a few other people involved that were more familiar with Lorne. The outcome of this exposed some of Lorne's insecurities, his problems with drugs and alcohol, and other things that he wouldn't be as open to discussing to the public in his videos.
This is from Artsy Tiger. And this is what he says. You attempted to kidnap and rape a 13-year-old and you are selling autographed shirts of yourself. You spent 5 years in prison. And now you put on bare basic cooking shows and get catfished over and over again by women you think want to be your girlfriend. Most of the people who are leaving comments to you are using your own quotes from your chat log because they think you are a joke. I'm not trying to be mean to you at all. I actually want to warn you that there are several people who are going to go at you over and over again. You keep thinking that these women who contact you want to meet you or want to be your girlfriend, and they are all fake and they are all working together and know about one another. The vast majority of people who leave messages or even buy a shirt, if any do, think you are a complete joke. It's sometimes difficult to watch, to be honest.
Since this video, Lorne was arrested yet again in 2019 for not being able to pass his rehabilitation class that he attended for 5 years. Different sorts of issues related to drinking would come up, and he'd face imprisonment until February of 2020. As of 2021, he is out of prison and making attempts to get off of the sex offender registry and amend his probation conditions. This is not something that seems to be working for him in his favor.
Well, boys, we hit the jackpot this time.
So, all y'all motherfuckers thinking you stop me? Y'all ain't doing shit, man. Cause I'm on the rise, fucking. What you gonna do? Nothing. Little punk ass motherfuckers. Sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up, motherfucker. And listen up. Time to teach you a lesson, little boy. Let's go.
Chance Wilkins, or Cyrax, is someone with a whole plethora of crazy shit occurring in his life. To start off, he seems like the sort of person that would be involved in the community that King Cobra JFS would involve himself in. He's under 5 feet tall and lives with his grandmother, who he appeared to have choked or strangled back in 2012 and was arrested for. He claims that he blacked out during this time and was sent to counseling. He's been pursuing a rap career for the past 15 years, but hasn't had any ounce of success whatsoever regarding this. The thread about him on Kiwi Farm states that he is a compulsive liar and often steals the art and creative work of other people, claiming it to be his own. He has rap battles with other small-time rappers and gets into heated arguments with trolls and other folk that he comes across online.
It's all true. Stupid now I'm knowing now and everybody knowing that I'm showing up again. They hit me boy. It's that last kid cut, new kid rocks.
He even decides at one point to try and become a Forza racer and practices by means of playing a Forza racing game. Several mentions of pedophilia are also mentioned in this thread, where screenshots of a conversation with an alleged 15-year-old girl are had with Cyrax. He'd send penis photos and masturbatory-related videos to her. The history of Cyrax appears to be rich in content and goes back many years. A channel by the name of Cyrax Nation Archive has plenty of material saved from his past. The existence of some of Cyrax's older, inactive channels also pop up when searched for. The amount of content regarding this individual seems endless, and would take countless hours of research to compile everything together and present it accordingly. This is what happens when you give a slack-jawed idiot a computer, internet connection, and an audience, and let them freely run rampant with no end in sight. Overall, I wanted to include more subjects within this video that went beyond sole individuals. Plenty of obscure cults came across my radar, such as the group that goes by the name of Domus Chaotica, or another group by the name of Stairs of Pantheon, the first of which would have its members come off as radically progressive, to the point where it made you feel like you were being choked by the censoring of many common topics being off limits to discuss within their Discord. The latter group would partake in discussions regarding pro-rape and the superiority of specific individuals within the group, while members seen as lower status would be called soulless tomatoes. Women, for example, would fit this criteria in the eyes of the Stairs of Pantheon's leader. If two entirely different radical groups like this had met, they'd tear each other apart. However, I decided against going deep into these cults, and really any other cult for that matter. Cults often tread into political territory that I just don't care enough about to bother with. Going back and sifting through all of the information of odd people and things that caught my attention throughout the years made me realize that the nonsense of the world just becomes more and more significant with each passing day. At some point, I'd have to get away from all that nonsense and get a grasp on some normality for once in life. Now may finally be that time to step back for a while and let the anomalies of the internet continue to flourish as they become more and more common among the average folk. I hope that some of these characters serve as interesting subjects to get into, and that more will come up in due time. There's one more anomaly left to bring to the light, one close and personal to me. After that, the future is a blur, and the territory I tread into is undesignated. The anomalies will one day become extraordinary again, and I will stand by to cover them. Take care and have an excellent night.
Present day. Present time.